Good evening, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen. What's up? What's up? You tuned into a good evening with myself and my little live stream of my adventure of obtaining my bread, Operation Icy Don. What's up? You got Icy Don in the house, aka Mr. Don M. And I'm here to let you know what's going on and give you a brief update of the real deal behind the scenes of Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar Johnson. Like I did a little comparison the other day. I did a little comparison of basically Custom Model and Umar Johnson. And I was going to do part two, but I got a little too busy because you know what I'm saying. I don't be on the live that much no more. But I'm back. I'm back because we got this update. This man has had 20 days before he had to do something, and his 20 days is up. But before I get deep into that, let me just rewind the clock and talk a little bit about some things I've seen on this YouTube world. Because I also put something up there in regards to COVID-19. I said, what happens if Tupac was to pop up, resurrect from wherever he's at, and he come back talk about, yo, black folks don't take that COVID-19 shot. How many folks after being in shock that he's back, how many folks would follow that path and not do that? So my whole thing is like right now, what if? That's a crazy what if. But what if it's something really deep about that vaccine? Well, I was watching a couple of people talk, and you know, it's kind of funny how the narrative changes, and the narrative changes to it's not really a vaccine that will stop and prevent COVID-19 at all. It's just something that will help will lessen your chances, lessen your chances of catching COVID. But it's not like you not won't catch it. So here we got everybody, hey, get this shot. It will lessen your chances of getting COVID. Even though you don't have COVID, this shot will lessen your chances of getting it. Well, I think a whole lot of other products out there in the market world can lessen your chances at the same time. When we say lessen, not with an O-N, but E-N, right? Yeah, lessen. So Chris Rock, the entertainer, he said he got vaccinated, then he came down with COVID, but he's saying everybody still go get vaccinated. Now, we don't know if he's subliminally, just jokingly saying, yeah, go get vaccinated. You see this bullshit? Or if he's still just getting that check and telling the people go get vaccinated because he's getting that check. I don't know, but I just know that a lot of folks, you know, the symptoms that, you know, after the symptoms that they was having, the sickness that they was having, just looking all terrible. I'm like, it's summertime. They all look like they have the flu and looking crazy. I'm like, get away from me, you know what I'm saying? Because they got the shot. I'm like, yo, y'all look crazy. So my whole thing is, if you're still going to be able to catch COVID, look into some other options that you've been doing so that you don't catch the flu and so you don't catch COVID. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you haven't been doing to catch the flu, look into those things that you should have been doing. I remember that back in the days, there was a girl when in high school. She was talking about sickness, and she like, I think I sneezed or something like that. She's like, "Oh, get away from me! I ain't trying to get sick." And I was like, "Man, everybody about to get sick. It's winter time." She was like, "Well, I don't get sick." And she was like, I was like, whatever, like I said, we was in high school, so it's back in the '90s, and I'm just like, whatever, you don't get sick. And she's like, nah, I don't get sick. I don't get sick. You never see me sick. I never be sick. And so I was like, why? Why you don't get sick? She's like, well, I take echinacea. Okay. That was way back in when I was in high school. It was like 91, 92. You know what I'm saying? I still remember the girl first and last name too. So So my whole point is, let's stop playing games. Let's wisen up. Let's get ready on the battlefield because it's a war on COVID. So it's a war on those who's with it and those who's not with it. We have to decide what we are really up against, and then decide how we're gonna play this game. Okay. So we don't need wrong leadership, wrong individual leading this this war and all the wars, and that's leading up to, like I said, I did a little drop on Customado and Umar Johnson. And as everyone know, or if you don't know my situation, or why I say the FDMG and Academy has a lien on the building, it's because this man's days is up. 20 days is up. Customado, he took the time out, invested his time and energy into these fighters, and he made some champions. Umar Johnson has not made a champion of a young man that I can say. I don't know who he helped, get through school, get through college, who he monitored from grade school or high school out into college. I don't know who he monitored, who he been a big brother to, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? The whole bottom line is September 10th, this man got served. He got served the paperwork in regards to going to court and handling his business. You know what I'm saying? He had his little escapade the next day. He had his little fake wedding, which really thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because all that just helps out with the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you got all the money and time to do that. You don't have the money and time to really get the school open, and you don't have the money to pay your workers, but you were still escapading and partying and bullshitting like it's 1995. Okay, well, thank you. So, like we said, that was September 10th, and he had 20 days to respond. So, 20 days on top of September 10th is September 30th. Today is October 2nd. So September 30th, so that was a 20-day. Then he had the 31st, which is one. Then the September 1st, and October 1st and October 2nd. That's 3 days in. So it's 23 days in on the time him being served. So tomorrow we'll make 24. Monday we'll make 25. 25, I will be contacting the office on Monday and following up on the next process, what's going on. But you best believe that I believe that they won't have a problem putting a lien on that building if you don't respond. I believe. Why? Because, like I say, I fill out the paperwork and I believe I got the side of the courts. They did it. They pulled off a miracle and got him served. And that within 2 days after I went back to the court and was like, "Yo, what's up? Why my paperwork not done?" And in 2 days they got that served on that Friday. So I already know that they won't have a problem putting a lien on that abandoned building. That someone would love to be a school, but it would never be his school. And so a person might say, "Well, how are you going to put a lien when you don't even? He's not. Oh, he don't owe you that much money." Well, with pain and suffering and all that other stuff, and like they say, punitive damage and all that other stuff, and escapade and doing the other some fraudulent stuff. Even if I got a piece of the building, that piece that he said was going to be my office, and that piece that he said was going to be my room and board, would be a victory. A lien on that part of the building. Like he said, it's 3 different buildings, right? I know what he talk about. So let me get a lien on that part. How about that? It's going to be a beautiful 2022, folks. As we wind down this year right here, 2021, don't think that Icy Dawn is knocked out the box, folks. This is a hot topic. This is Umar Johnson's 2022 hot topic, folks. When we go into 2022, it's going to be a hot topic of why he's apologizing for his rude behavior to his workers and why he rudely chose not to pay these people. Oh, yes, folks. It's a rude awakening happening in 2022. And so as we go into 2023 and 2024, and we have a new election, there's going to be big moves being made, folks, because there are big things that's taking place as you don't even see. So I'm happy that they was able to have a marvelous, wonderful time. Oh, yeah, the monster, the witch, that witch chick who threatened and said that if I would have arrived on the scene, I would have got my jaw twisted. Someone said something like that. No, that was not happening. That was not happening. That was not going to happen. That wouldn't happen. Ask your boy T. He saw how I stood up to them characters. It's not no game. If I went out there, I would win in a different type of warrior mode. So don't get nothing twisted, you stupid witch. Keep my name out your mouth. You infatuated with me. Fucking stupid retard. She's like, yo, and if Don would have showed up, he would have got his jaw twisted. I'm like, why did my name even have to come up? I wasn't listening to it live. I just came across it. And I was listening because when I saw his little topic, I said, let me see, because I know someone's going to bring my name up. So if they still bringing my name up, and it is what? That was September of 2021. Let's talk about I will get my jaw twisted. I think next year, January 1st, I will be the hot topic of the FDMG. You best believe. It's not no game, folks. So when we say he's going to be getting a lien on the building, I'll be doing a live stream immediately after I leave the courthouse next week. After I finish taking care of the paperwork, I have a direct line to one of the people there. She gave me a direct line, so I'm just fuck, damn. I just came back from New York, so I'm actually a little tired. That's why I'm laying down, and I just got in. Yeah, and so I think I left a freaking number at my New York little location, which got me tight because I said I didn't want to do that, and I did what exactly what I said I didn't want to do. Because I brought it there and I had left it in the laptop, and I left the laptop as well, which got me a little tight as well. But anyway, which is all good, you know what I'm saying? I'll still call and find out what's up. But if I have to go down there, I have no problem going to Delaware next week and chopping up with the people and seeing what's good with my case and go from there. You know, I got my case number, so hit them up on the phone, find out what's up with my case number, see where we at with it. Once I find out where we at with it, I'll let you folks know. We like they said to me, I have to stay on top of this as much as possible. So I must stay on top of this whole process. Like shit might be popping and going on, but I really have to be on top of this. It's kind of weird. So I'm gonna tune in and see what's good with them.
if we have to get the lien on the building, that's going to be kind of like epic. If I get my bread, that's going to be marvelous. Either way is a victory. What do you think you want to see more? Do you want to see me get my bread immediately, or do you want to see this fool fuck up and get a lien on the building? Hmm? How many of you folks would like to see this clown mess up so much, thinking that shit is sweet? Because obviously he really think he's above. He thinks he's above shit. So let's say he really neglects everything. He gets a lien on the building. How many folks out there in this whole FDMG Umar Johnson sector would find that very interesting and back to be a hot topic to chop up again and talk about? Okay, well, how about lawsuit go through and he has to pay about 15,000 to me? Or is just clap your hands? Oh, I'm happy you got your money and that's that? Or is that too a hot topic? Because you best believe that 15 is invested into the ultimate fraud warrior. He's not going to play no games. I'm not happy with these black men out here playing games with our people. So you best believe that Don M is back. And he just need that little startup cash. That startup cash is something that's very much needed, Umar. I ain't getting no stimulus. So for me to get a nice little piece of change like that from you, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it's a little change from you, right? All right. So folks, yeah, the court that I'm in, the max I believe is 15,000. I didn't get the 50,000 court, but they gave me the 15,000 max court. So if everything size all the way to the max level, he got to cop up. He got to give up that 15. Now remember, they offered me 8,000 live on YouTube. I forget whose channel I was on. I can't remember that, but I was on the channel, and even his father came in. He said, "Yo, take the money." And so they offered 8,000, but like I said, I need him to give me an apology as well. So they was like, we don't think we can guarantee that. I said, well, see what's up. They never got back to me. So I want double that shit because they put me through going through the courts. I want triple that shit because they tried to humiliate the king. I want 10 times that because he don't deserve that building. So we definitely gonna force a lien on that building. So as he said, he speaks to the ancestors. Huh? Let me tell you something. I'm blessed. Thank you, everyone out there who gave that support. All those individuals out there who really held it down and did their part as they could. Truly appreciate you. Once again, it's Icy Don, aka Don M. He got a brand new channel. Chopping it up still, letting you know updates of what's really real, what's going on. And your support is needed right now. So for anybody who feel in their heart to keep this movement going, I have some great news I'm going to launch at the end of this week. I have some great news I'm about to launch at the end of this week. And I'm just so happy. I'm not going to say anything until everything is done. And so when I do speak on it, I really can be proud because it's all going to be fresh to myself. So everything I'm going to introduce and talk about is going to be fresh, not just to you, but to me as well. So we're going to chop that up. But our focus is to really, really, really get this court situation going. It's moving, but to really get it flying. So as we say, Umar has a lien on the building. That's the next stage because we are 3 days over in regards to me not getting a reply in regards to what's going on with my bread. For those who don't know, he owes 3 G's and some personally. But now because of we taking everything to court, I need that 15. He paraded around. He did some major planning. He did some major fundraising. He did some major and a whole bunch of maneuvering all around me and leaving me to the sharks. And I deserve that respect, that economical respect. And then after that economical respect, that respect, because it's always about that respect. So how many people think they would like to see that lien on out the FDMG building and see this brother right here accomplish a little small victory by getting justice with the legal system, the white man's legal system that he is so much against. The legal system, I didn't really want to get involved in the situation, but the legal system, I put my hands and trust in as we go through this right now, and I hope that everything's a victory. How many people like to see me get that 15 G's? You know what I'm saying? How you think he'll feel? How many people just happy to see me get that 3 G's? You know what I'm saying? 3,000, nice little piece of money I have right now. About to get cold. So like we say, we have a lot going on right now. We have our so-called intellectual men. I don't even want to call them leaders, but our so-called intellectual men who kick that knowledge. We have them out of their minds right now, just doing a whole bunch of haywire stuff, and lose a ton of focus. What it is that we need to really truly be focusing on, which is 1,000% organizing for this chaotic situation that's about to happen. Now, although, I'm saying, I'm talking to FDMG talk, I want you to all know that it's very important for us to stay focused on the bigger picture. But there is a bigger picture that's going on out here. And this bigger picture right now is the war. They use a word called war. Like, I have a war on the FDMG and Umar for him not being the man and handling the business and doing the right thing with me. So I have a war that ends up in court. Okay, it was a war of words. It was a war that brought in a so-called army called the police. It was a war that made everything go online where people show signs of the war. It was a war that forced me to have to go to a neutral zone to get that alliance, that help, not even alliance, but the help and support to secure my victory in my war. Well, there's a war, and they use the word COVID-19, coronavirus, and folks, when you have all these so-called intellects really dumbing the fuck out and making real dumb power moves and making dumb mistakes in their power moves because it was dumb power moves, and parading around with the extra parade, which is now the clownery and the buffoonery, as we say. Folks, we are in so much trouble right now. And that's why it's important for me to hurry up and get this situation out and done with. It'd be so beautiful for me to get this victory before December. It'd be so good for a victory where I really have that man's 15 G's in my hand going into to January. Because we need people to really start just getting in positions to really start gathering the herd, gathering the cattle. Because folks, we are cattle about to be slaughtered. And right now it's time to gather as much herd as possible because we have to move to a new graze. And it's very important for us to recognize this. Why? Okay. See, with distractions, and especially in the black community, when we have such distractions as this man in the FDMG school and how he put in the last 10 years, he put himself in a position to become a distraction of the real movement, which we need to be focusing on, which is overall unity, which is overall economic unity, which is overall economic love. And what he has showed was self-love, self-concern, and self-motive. And with all that self knowledge of self, he proved that we are in the danger zone right now, 10, 12, 15 years later, down the road. And I take blame as well because myself wanted to do big things and great things, just fell short of doing these things because I didn't believe. So as I sit back and I see this dude failing and fumbling and dropping his ball, and the other dude failing and fumbling, dropping the ball, and this other dude failing and fumbling, dropping the ball, it's like, damn, was you supposed to be having that ball in your hand? So it's definitely time for us to really start leading the herd because COVID-19, folks, is not over. It won't be over, folks. It won't be over until the 2024 election. This is a hot topic. This is going on from now, 2020, all the way to 2024 full-fledged. Meaning the next 3 years of our lives of living will be in a new world structure. In other in other words, we will be in a new world order because we've been in that shit. But it will be so noticeable that that would be a common dialogue from the people's mouths. New world order. Like every day, someone will say that because that's where we at. That's what we in, and this control that they have us in is no joke, folks. So our preparation for the worst outcome is what we're supposed to be focusing on, not the vaccination, not catching it. Okay? Because all you have to do is continue to have your mindset as you have your mindset right now, and I'm gonna say the word on AIDS. The same way you have your mindset on AIDS is the way you should have your mindset on COVID. But the repercussions of COVID right now is what you need to be focusing on. And I ain't talking about catching it. I'm talking about what the government is about to mandate you to do, and what the rebellion and resistance of these mandations will cause the domino effect of. Like I say, that man's school is not going to open because he's not focused on the right thing. If he didn't raise enough funds as of right now, especially during COVID season, because during COVID season it was a gold mine season. It was money all over the place. If he didn't get everybody a portion of everyone's stimulus check that supports him, to open up to renovate the school. That school's supposed to be right now. Like, okay, when I was there, when the plumbers were there, and they were talking about coming in, they was talking about having it at least finished up sometime in October. So that plumbing should be really like almost good to go, and it's about having just putting the drop ceiling in and going from there. And so, but like you say, it's a whole lot of other little things, but that should be already a done deal. But if he owes money and he can't make these moves, and he going to 2022 without that school in some form of operation, the school will not open because we are fully in full effect in that. Like I said, that new world order, and that new world order, folks, is going to be a major different condition because of mandation. All the mandates. We have to understand that when you talk about mandates and you talk about a democratic president, that's why I love how the foolishness of black folks always thinking that the Democrats the best. No, folks. More people are gonna be so mad at Barack Obama, gonna be more mad at Biden than they was ever at Trump. And those who's not mad at Trump, mad at Biden at all, when we talk about this war, we have to keep our eyes on those people. Because those ones who will conform easily to any type of situation, and you throw them some money, they will conform and confess, snitch, turn you in, and say it's all for good health. How you think slavery took place? That's why I try to tell you, we are in for round two of slavery because our own people will have no problem turning you in because they trying to protect their children. This is invasion of the body snatchers, okay? It's the new invasion of the body snatchers. You want to know how that took place? Invasion of the body snatchers, that whole old school movie. Go back and watch that movie. Matter of fact, after I finish watching this live, I'm going to go back and see if I can watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And hopefully, I can see the original one. But if I don't catch the original one, I'll catch the new updated one. That's cool too. But we're going to watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and so I can have a little bit of understanding of what's going to happen to us right now. Because one way or other, the body is being invaded, and the body will be snatched up. It was so deep because I was online. I was watching something, and this man, he was talking about so many different things, chakras and all so much other stuff, and talk about how entities are now entering folks. And I've been saying that. And folks ask me, they was constantly asking me like, "What's up? Why do you think Umar, just did that?" And I said, "Well, if he was dead, you could have seen him. Just like it was like something just took over him." And that's what I was trying to tell you, like, saying I know what I saw, and this man was kicking and saying, the entities are really entering bodies as we speak. And like I say, there's a major war going on. They've been messing with the pituitary, what is the pineal gland forever. The pituitary, all of our glands is very important. But they putting us in a sleep state, and these are gonna make it. They really trying to brain dead a lot of folks, man. Like I said, we gotta be careful on many things that we take into our body that's not natural. Those things that's not natural, we gotta really be careful, and that's where we at right now, and that's the war. And with that being said, just keep your eyes open on that war because yeah, that's where I was going. I had to go all into that to let you understand why this war on that whole shit is crazy. Okay, let's take our simple civil service, our police department. if you was to look right now at the Republican officers, okay, Republican officers who are not supportive of Biden and the Democratic Party at all, period. Okay. You take your Republican firemen, you take your Republican doctors and nurses, who's not with Biden, who is not with Democrats, period, who's downright Republican. And now you just take COVID and you take that whole group right there, just that small group, and you say out that small group of that group right there, who is just 100% not with the Democrat Party and not with anything that comes out by the mouth. Let's just say 2022, 20% of them step away from the workforce. Now, let's cross over. Let's say out of the Democratic Party, and I'm not even going to say out of all the Democrats, I'm just going to take a race out. I'm going to say the black race. Let's just say 25 to 30% is not feeling nothing that's going on. Or matter of fact, let's even say 50 and above, 50 to 50, 60% is refusing to take it, even though they know they might lose their jobs. So if we say from 50% down, is choosing not to take these vaccines. And like we say, and you just go all around the board, the circle, and all the use the whole different pie scales and pie ranges and different races and do the whole thing, and come up with a number of folks that will not be working certain jobs that will help prevent chaos. And then you add a little bit of street rebellion and street resistance and protesting worldwide. Then you start acting with cases and you start putting fictitious numbers out there on your fictitious television. You have folks that's going in frenzy because they don't know what to believe. Then you start pushing them martial law. Then you keep causing more resistance because this is a war on COVID and everything that falls in place with COVID. So if we're not preparing for all that at the end result, and the end result, let's just say, is just complete chaos. Because I mean, how many folks are paying attention to the price of food? You want to go to your Bible, you want to go biblical, and it said the price of the loaf of bread would be a week's work, a week's pay, a month's pay, a year's pay. I don't know what the fizz nut that shit said, but all I know is like, huh? What? Yeah? Well, gas price is going to be out of control. Everything's about to be out of control once again. And if we're not preparing for that end result, they already gave you a trial run of how they're going to feed you through their public schools and giving you lunch bags and stuff like that for your hunger. I mean, you haven't been seeing it. I mean, if you really have been paying attention, you know what I'm really saying. You have been seeing more food trucks, food ports open, free food all over the place. It's out of control because they're already putting it in place for this new world order of back to the Great Depression and beyond it, because we're going back to slavery. And so when you have a fraud like Umar Johnson, who can't pay this man $3,000 the right way and move forward in his whole progression of his school, We can't allow that within our community and let that to be fraudulent leadership going into this world situation that we're going into. This new world order. We can't have it. We can't have institutions that's being ran by these type of creatures. I don't care about intellect. Substance is very important right now. So FDMG, we definitely had to get a lien on this building if this man don't react to this summons that he received. And folks, we're about to get a lien on our community as a whole if we don't respond to this summons that this ticket that we got. We got a war ticket. And folks, we have to prepare. Every business, every entity has to start pooling together so we can really start getting some food in our community that we have more control of. We have to have our trucks coming in and out the way that we need them coming in and out with our products. And we have to start minimizing our spending on unnecessary needs or wants. The time is now, folks. Spread love. Thanks for your listening ear. Thanks for your support. FDMG Boogeyman. Don M. Peace.